So this is a band that I've been excited to get into for a while now because it's been recommended to me so many times in the comments, hundreds and hundreds of comments. And here we are. This is the Sex Pistols, and I think why they're recommended so much is because of the influence of this band. So they are one of the most influential bands in the punk rock movement. The research I've done says that they initiated the punk movement in the UK. They only were a band for 2 years, one album, never mind the Buzzcocks, which seems to have done an unbelievable amount of damage. And when I say damage, I mean reach, influence. It resonated with people, with many bands saying that they cite this band as one of their major musical influences. The Oasis, the Gallagher brothers cite them quite often. And I think also they represented a lot outside of music. You know, the punk rock movement isn't just music, it's that they were controversial. They said things that maybe were on people's lips that couldn't say them. You had Sid Vicious with his death and the murder case around his girlfriend, the fact that they swore live on TV, a bunch of different drug-related issues. So all of that included, they seem to be something that has touched a nerve, certainly. And I want God Save the Queen by the Sex Pistols. That guitar riff is fucking crazy, man. Whoo! That is a fantastic tone to this thing. It sounds angry. One thing that immediately kind of strikes out at me as well is the sort of vocalist style. He's speaking the words. He's not singing in the same sense of like a Paul McCartney would do, which makes it kind of fit with the really angry nature of those guitars too. I think it works really well. It's like it's almost like anti-song. Really interesting style. Let's back this up a bit. Okay, the initial kind of style or idea I get is from this is like the music of the streets, which is super interesting. You know, as a hip hop fan, it's obviously going to resonate with me because hip hop for a long time, I don't know if it's exactly that anymore, but it was music for the streets. It spoke for the people. I think grime, as a UK grime fan, grime has certainly got that position right now. It speaks for the streets, the kids who are going to private schools and with, you know, nice suits and ties on. I think this is what it's kind of speaking for. Really interesting twist of obviously the national anthem for many, many years. I read as well that it caused a ton of controversy at the time. It almost hit #1, and there was a conspiracy that it was stopped by, you know, the government and the people in charge from hitting #1. I've also heard that too. I can kind of see why. I mean, they're obviously mocking it.
God take the queen, 'cause tourists are money. We mean it, man. We have a queen.
It's like angry protests from the rebellious kids or like the kids off the street. Even the delivery and the music style is all like anti. It's all like rebellion. As I was saying, the vocal style, it's not regular singing. I've heard songs from this period. They didn't sound like this. They were much more polished. You know, everything about it is supposed to be like kind of against the grain, I guess. Whoa, that is a fucking banger of a track. A banger of a track. Love this. I don't always love punk music. I like the spirit of the music, the kind of anti-establishment aspect of it, but it doesn't always connect with me. But damn, that's a good song. And I think it's because it's so rhythmic in its style, man. Even the guitars, the riff, the bass, and the drumming part. I was trying to look up. Hopefully that sound didn't come up in the video too. Trying to look up if Sid Vicious was already a part of the band. Doesn't look like it. I want to shout out the bassist, man. The bassist and the drummer. So that would be Paul Cook, I think is the drummer. Glenn Matlock. That the bass line and that drum together, man, it was really the heartbeat of this thing. And then put on top that fantastic guitar riff, but it's just badass, man. I think the whole thing fit together so well. The style, what they were trying to say, who they represented, I guess you could say, angry youth and rebellion, the idea of like no future. That was kind of one thing that kept coming up. Or this is your future. Like, look, these are your forgotten children, if you want to say, like the kids of the street. This pompous routine that you have going on with the royals and the monarchy, this is fake. In the streets, this is how we actually feel about things. Super interesting or cool, rebellious kind of take or attitude to the music, man. You gotta love that. I think that's probably what spoke to people the most. Forget the fantastic music, it's probably the message of like, kind of like, fuck you, man. Fuck all this pompous nonsense. Great track, man. Great intro to the band. Loved it. Thumbs up.